Welcome back to the Bazaar. I'm Eco, and it's time to play some Pig. Lately, I've been pretty down on Pig, not in a power perspective, but in a thinking Pig is unfun both to play as and against perspective. And I'm going to play a lot of Pig as a result of this. I want to be wrong about that. I want to play a lot of Pig in this season and see if I can make myself feel better about Pig, if it's something where more experience with the character will help me to overcome these things that are making me feel terrible about it. Now, don't get me wrong. If Pig feels terrible to play against, that's a problem for players. They shouldn't have to spend a bunch of time making themselves feel okay about Pig. But it's entirely possible this is a thing where just the characters you aren't playing feel bad to lose against until you internalize how they work yourself. And as a result, I've unlocked a new set for Pig, and I want to try out the new stuff for Pig, what Pig's going to look like in the future, see if he feels more consistent in his early game, see if his late game metascaling isn't as frustrating and broken as it feels to me it often is. And this run is definitely a good showcase of at least his early game with the new DLC stuff. In fact, you could say it's a good showcase of Showcase. Showcase is a really powerful early game weapon Pig item that really helps to make that build work in a way that it didn't previously. Generally speaking, I want builds to function without their linchpins. I want them to have like a bunch of moving pieces, and it's not just do you have Showcase or not, do you have Jabali and Drum or not, which sort of feels like how Weapon Pig works right now, but oh well. But Showcase certainly helps Pig's early game a lot, and it becomes a question of whether or not these are just stopgap builds, early mid-game builds, or if you can actually take them to 10 wins in the late game. Anyway, why talk about it when I can show you whether or not we took Showcase to 10 wins? Alright, a new run with the Pig DLC enabled. Let's go ahead and keep going income start. I've heard people saying that like Pig has such strong economy that you don't need the income start. You can afford to go for enchanted items or gold tier skills for better early power. I think gold tier skills was not mentioned. I think they specifically said enchanted item. And while I can sort of see that, I feel like Pig's economy gets off the ground a hell of a lot faster when you're able to buy items, especially if I'm pivoting through early stuff more. Well, Jungle Ruins for +2 economy is definitely interesting, but I kind of think I'm supposed to go to Andy for the chance at stuff like Ring King Gauntlets and even Tusked Helmet if I'm trying to play a Showcase build. And I think for Pig to have a good early game, you have to assume you're going into weapons, right? You have to assume that you're going to hit some combination of Showcase, Lumbors, Pig's Gym, Jabalian Drums, and a bunch of random weapons. And going to Andy's a big part of that. I really like 2 income though. 2 income's a lot, but I'm gonna go to Andy. Oh, that's not exactly what I was looking for on this first shot. I don't think I'm gonna settle for security system. It's a pretty awful weapon. I could buy this for the chance that I go into freeze from here. I'm not going to. I want to play weapons. That's why I unlocked the DLC. Well, this is useful if I find a shielding item down the line. As of yet, I have not done that. Fine, I will take the Piggles. I am not happy about this. It really doesn't feel like it does anything for what I want to. I do want the Wrist Warrior. Basically, Wrist Warrior Bad Blocker is a 2-slot weapon eventually. Right now, it's not doing anything, but down the line, it could be very, very good. As for the rest of this, not convinced I really want Piggles, but whatever. Piggles will probably end up being economy neutral through some nonsense eventually. And again, if I'm looking to play weapons, I'm going to click on the Inglet because I want to get a Fang. I probably would have been better off on average going to Pyro after buying a Steam Ladle. That would have made sense to do. However, that's not what I'm trying to force today. I want to see how the new weapon stuff feels, and we're never going to figure that out by playing whatever feels best. We're going to have to force the weapon stuff a little bit. But also, the weapon stuff does genuinely seem so much better to me that it's not really worth taking the other options. Like, the early game is so much better on weapons than anything else, I feel like it's worth forcing them. Anyway, while the sandstorm gets here, I spent enough time rambling, we don't need to edit it out this time. I will remind you, you can sub for more Daily Bazaar content just like this, and if you could drop a like on the video, it really does help the video get boosted up in the algorithm, spread it around, help the channel grow, and I really do appreciate it. Anyways, Inglet's dead. We get a red Piggle, which is the one we wanted, and a Fang, which is the one we wanted. Of course, we do need to boost this stuff up. We do have a toy for Tiny Furry Monster. I don't think I care, though. Like, that's the thing. Like, yes, Tiny Furry Monster is indisputably good, but I kind of just need to go to JJ and look for things. I'm not winning day 1 with my current board. I might see a Curio the next hour. There's no way I'd win if I did that. I feel like I was justified coming here. The issue, of course, is that Showcase, by definition, it doesn't work on day 1. This is neutral, I may as well buy it. Plus 10 for each type this has, type of items in your stash. Ah, man. I don't think there's a reason to buy this. It's an interesting balancing lever for Showcase that it doesn't work on day one. I hadn't realized that, but it's very cool that it works that way. As for what we're doing on day one, it's not looking good, folks. It's not looking good. I will roll. I don't think I have a use for cargo shorts. I have a use for those. A lot of use for those, actually. I'm going to sell the hatchet back to get the 2 gold I need to buy both of those. This is actually functionally faster than the Fang, since it has multicast. And I definitely want the flail. So there goes all of my economy. We have an upgrade. This deals damage equal to my income. Let me see how it works if I upgrade it. 2 times your income, exactly how you would want it to. Also bonus income. So yeah, it scales like the best possible way I could have imagined it scaling. We're definitely upgrading these. Plus 1 income for the next day kind of settles it. So that's a weapon worth using. Showcase will definitely hit my board tomorrow, which will require me to change my weapons up a little bit. Piggles can sit here as an economy item. Fangs definitely hit my board. Wrist Warrior hits my board eventually. The Flail should hit my board eventually as well, though it might never come to pass. For my last weapon slot, the briefcase is 20 every 5 versus 24 every 7. Yeah, there's no way to do better than this, weirdly enough. Maybe Piggles with a Fang to increase the charge speed on this. Doesn't really seem to do a lot, to be honest. Yeah, I think this is my best board. It's not super impressive. It's the best I've got, though. I should lose to pretty much anything stacking region, but there's nothing I can really do about that. It is a burn build. It probably does not proliferate at this point. He has a lighter, which is pretty good. I think I beat that. The slingshot obviously hurts like hell, but the slingshot will run out pretty immediately. The burn doesn't stack. The amount of damage this should do should just be enough, right? Yep, we take a win there. Just entirely off of Silver Ring King Gauntlets day 1. I mean, technically these other 2 items did a little bit. I'll calc what they did after the fight, but I think this is mostly just Ring King Gauntlets dealing 36 every 5, which is really high DPS for day 1 since you managed to upgrade them with B1, B2. And I feel good about the things I gave up looking for this item now. This dealt 232. Its base damage was 18. So 18 times 8 is 144. 232 minus 144 is 88. So we essentially got 88 damage from the Piggles, 80 from this. Half of our damage came from the Ring King Gauntlets. The rest of our board did matter.
Now that's quality.
What? Why did you upgrade? Oh, this isn't tier locked. When this gets something, I thought this upgraded a random Piggle up to the tier of the Piggles. It can make them higher than the tier of the Piggles? That's wild. Why can it do that? Middle's obviously fine. I kind of like taking +2 income now that I have Ring King Gauntlets a lot. I'm not gonna be able to go to that many shops. At middle, the only thing I would really want is the second showcase. And I don't need that. I can find another B1, B2. I can take my guaranteed upgrade on it. So I'm gonna take +4 damage and eventually much more than that. We do have a slight problem here for our last weapon slot. I guess we do this. There we go. So now every 5 seconds, we're going to boost everything. I don't think it's going to work on the first hit. It should work on the second hit. If I'm understanding how this stuff works correctly, the first hit will go off simultaneously with the showcase and not get the buff, and the second hit will get the buff. We'll see how it plays. But this is much stronger. This is about as good a board as I could possibly have. I could probably have 2 small fast items here, but it's not really something I can do yet. Anyway, Pip, what do you have for us? Yeah, none of those are weapon skills, buddy. Try again. Pip, what is this? What are you doing, man? I don't think Artillery Spotter is going to work on this build, so I'm going to take Left Eye.
It takes real confidence to let a kid train you. I'm impressed.
Kina's not a great shop for me. I can get a random silver item or 2 regen, right? Because I don't think this red Piggles hits my board. So I can go to Mandala and transform the silver Piggle I've got, which gives me a silver small item, potentially dupes a Ring King Gauntlet and wins the run. Or more importantly, it's just +2 gold, right? I don't think 2 regen is a huge deal here. It's day 2, so silver items aren't super common. There are a ton of non-showcase items that Kina can show me. I'm not very wealthy. I actually do like transforming this Piggle because I can't really see it ever hitting the board. So I'm gonna go to Mandala, transform this, and see if we can't get something useful out of it. Yeah, that's something useful. That's actually fine. That is already an improvement because it lets us run the bad blocker because we have a shield item now, and it was effectively the same speed as the briefcase, except it goes off after multiple showcase uses. So yeah, great. Item to the left, set up properly. All right, sick. Happy with that. Do I beat a Warrior? Warrior's so damn scary, man. I have almost no defenses. There's no way I kill it in time, right? It should have 450 health, I think. Warrior has 400 health. Because I'm Pig with an additional 30 health from the Tusk Helm, I think I managed to kill it, right? This thing's gonna go off when the Tusk Helm goes off, right? It'll have plus 40 damage. This is 110 plus 90. Right? This is 200 of the health the guy has. Ring King Gauntlets goes off twice, dealing 22, 42, 42, 62. It's actually kind of wild that I don't think this wins. It wins if I get a crit, probably. It's very close. There's a Reddit thread called a damage table for Warrior. You can see that 357 is when I would die if it weren't for my own Tusk Helm, but I will survive that due to my Tusk Helm. So Hand Axe deals 400 total damage at 16 seconds. 16 seconds is when I die. Which means I get the last hit on Ring King Gauntlets, and I think that's a guaranteed win. This is a really strong early build. I might be throwing the run a little bit, but I think that means I beat Warrior if the fight goes on that long. Because I'm not really calcing Fang, because it's the one where it's most popping out and above, sorry, below and above, like different timings on every hit for whether or not it's doing the showcase buff. But I'm pretty confident that we get there. Yep. That wasn't even close, actually. I'm guessing I got a crit there on those Ring King hits on the last one, right? 208 on 4. Yeah, that's... Is that actually... Did it crit? Because I didn't see the crit text in the final wave. It might have already fallen off in the first hit, though. I was not expecting it to be dead there. So does anything crit here? Nah, that's just how hard shit hits. It's 2 uses of showcase on Ring King, Tusk Helm, Wrist Warrior. At 10 seconds, there is just a monstrous volley out of this build. Okay. So I'm expecting to win my day 2 fight in PvP now. I thought I needed the 15-second volley because I wasn't calcing the Fang, but apparently the Fang was adding a shitload of damage, and I really should have been including that in my calcs. Could have hit recap there to figure out how the build works a little bit more, but oh well. This is plus a lot of economy. Those are never fitting on my board because we are not switching out of weapons. Sure. Oh, I also wasn't counting for the fact that this would be buffing up the Tusk Helm and giving me a little bit more defense. The Salati's also quite good now. 3 seconds, 7 seconds. It's currently worse than the Fang, so I can't run it. I don't know what I want to buff the value on. I guess this hatchet that I got from Warrior. I didn't even process that I grabbed this. Is this usable? When I level up, I would be willing to run Hand Axe plus Halati over Flail, sure. But I don't level up currently, so that's up to the next hour. Well, we got it. Curio's a good shop. I would like to go to Curio, but I don't care. I have to take this level. It's so hard to be level 3 on day 2 at this point, which means we run these again. Flail is still my best last weapon slot. And I'm just going to buff up a random Piggle. Actually, I'm going to buff up the briefcase because that's for selling in a way the Piggles aren't. I'm never running any Piggles, so I don't need to like sell one to try to focus my upgrade somewhere else. Let's take 2 gold and a loot item. Yeah, sure. It does something. I'll sell it. I feel like I'm definitely favored against Dooley on day 2 because, again, most Dooleys are not going to be level 3 at the end of day 2. Most Dooleys cannot beat a Warrior without their core. So, yeah, kind of a large difference in board quality here. I am up 2 spots on him, and it's not like I have weak items. He's dead at 10 seconds, guaranteed, I think. I will say the battery makes the rocket launcher hit pretty hard, but we overkilled him by a lot there. That was the first hit on these 3 items. That's like 300 damage overkill or something. Checking recap. This swung once, this swung once. Yeah, we only got the first part of that last volley. We were going to deal another 64 and similar number there. 73? 71 rather. Monstrously strong early game. This is exactly what the new Pig set threatened to do. And a big part of the reason I'm playing Pig right now and I bought his set early is I wanted to see how this stuff feels. I want to play a lot more Pig in the near future to try to make myself have a different opinion on Pig, because I don't enjoy being negative about a huge portion of the game. I will say, I'm not going to breathe a sigh of relief when I queue into Pig anymore, because right now the only reason it's still relieving to see early game Pig is because most people have not gotten to level 30, as no one has, and most people have not spent 3,000 gems to unlock Pig early. Because why would you do that? Are you a content creator or something? Why would you spend 3,000 gems to unlock a character a week early? Or a pack, rather. I guess I'm going to go JJ here. The small amount of an item isn't appealing, and I don't have the money for Nufu. I don't think I care about upgrading the flail even a little bit. I don't have a property to make Pitchfork worth holding. What about bees? Bees are a weapon, you know. I don't know if you want to play Beehive with this normally, but like, these last two items really are not doing a lot for me. I was never happy with the idea of flail, like it's all right. But flail's gonna go off once. Okay, I'm gonna show off my bees today. I need 1, 2, 3, 4 spots open. I don't have that. Gonna sell the briefcase. And that obviously doesn't do it because it's still the same number of item slots, but there we go. I'm gonna take the beehive.
If that doesn't work out for you, come back for a refund.
That could have made it worth to pick up the pitchfork, I now realize. Oh well. Wrist Warrior is not a toy. This is a very serious tool. So the slingshot's not exactly useful for me. I do want this cash register. I don't have a ton of economy options going right now. Gonna toss these inferior piggles. Maybe I should have tossed the better piggle. Like, it's very unlikely that I transform again, so I should have kept the bronze ones for a potential vol pack, but oh well.
Do you have to leave already?
Cash register helps the long-term economy. I'd obviously rather pick up an ATM for Ring King reasons. Oh, there's vol pack, making me look like an idiot immediately. Honestly, though, it's so hard to get bonus XP, I'm kind of okay clicking 1 XP here. I'm gonna do that. I think it's very hard to keep your experience ahead of curve. Right now, it's not even clear to me that beehives are wrong, like just against a force field. It probably is. But we beat Eccentric either right with our current board guaranteed, so no reason to think about it. Like, we have a bunch of fast weapons to keep the shield down initially, huge damage volleys coming in after 10 seconds. Like, once the second showcase goes off, this is totally over, and there's no shot I die before then. Yeah, this is just brutal. The shield cannot stay up for any period. Oh, it's dead already. Dead at 10, huh? That's terrifying. That's absolutely terrifying. Also, bees probably were better. I forgot about the barbed wire. Toss that, pick up the scrap.
It's all about motivation.
Upgrading a bronze tier item. Gee, I wonder what I could be upgrading here. Seems like it's good to upgrade showcase. I don't actually know what this does. I'm just assuming it's great. Yep, goes to 30. So move these over. Pop those out, bring the bees in. I don't think Hand Axe will ever stick around. I do think Halati will, though. Like, if this goes up to Diamond tier, it goes down to 4-second speed. So, since it upgrades speed with tier, it's very, very good. I can get a medium item, or I can get more medium items. If I got a second beehive, would I buy it? Drop the Wrist Warrior and the Fang, just get more bees? That doesn't sound crazy. I think it meaningfully hurts, like, this happening is what guarantees I win against like poison and burn builds with no weapons. This is just better than the other bad weapons I'm running, so I don't think it's worth doing. It's worth going to middle though.
Sale, no sale.
I'm basically just here for the big chance at showcase or ATM, but those are still worth rolling for. I could pick up Boomerang, but I would have immediate inventory space problems, wouldn't I? It's not bad though. I think it is worth grabbing. Like, this is the sort of build that can easily just throw in Boomerang during PvE fights. It's also all of my gold for the rest of the day. Like, if next shop's in Ayla, I can't go to it. I'm gonna skip it. It's free gold, though. It's a lot of gold right now, but it's free gold eventually. Fine. We're not gonna go to another shop. Don't be Ayla. Don't punish me. It's Andy, which still hurts a lot, actually. It's not against particularly good events either. It's fine. We have gold in the form of the rewards card.
Size dilutes the brain. Mind.
Yep, that's very much worth coming here. We sell this. We definitely pick up both of these. Ring King gauntlets are now triple my income plus 3 income. We get the yo-yo.
Be remorseless.
Now that we have the yo-yo, I'm kind of looking at the beehive leaving again. Maybe not today. I need to make 2 spots guaranteed. Like, I thought the beehive would be the best thing I could do today, and probably for the next couple of days, but that might be completely untrue now. It's only a bronze yo-yo. I don't actually think it makes my board better yet. It is good, though. Like, it gives me a path out of the beehive for sure. Anyway, I do need to sell some garbage to make room and actually generate my coins. Is there a reason to roll here? If I found something I wanted, I can't even easily afford it, right? I have 0 gold. I have to liquidate something important. I'm not going to roll. I'm great for the day. I don't need to sabotage the long-term economy. This is not going to look good for a dually. At this point in the game, any good dually is a weapon dually, so beehive just kills him. And if he isn't using weapons, then I'll kill him with my other stuff. And it's a power drill build, kind of as suspected, although silver power drill these days is not what it used to be. That is the best possible freeze for me. This item activating doesn't really matter very much. Anyway, second volley kills, as has been the case every time. Whoa! That was better than expected. I guess I'll die. He was about to die on the next frame. So, oh, he has turbo plasma grenade. I was like, why did the drill go off twice? Did it go off twice? So this gave him so many charges because it's a turbo enchant. I didn't catch that. Yeah. Up until that point, the fight was completely fine. And then the drill triggers twice instantly when this goes off and I die. Fair enough. Very average enchant start from Dooley. You get turbo plasma grenade and immediately find drill, huh? Fair. Very, very fair. Can't complain too much. My build's completely busted. But I wasn't expecting the drill to trigger 3 times consecutively when it reached the end of that charge. Now, what am I doing in terms of today? It's weird, because Orion's not actually very useful for me. Oh, this is a property? I had no idea. Yeah, like, I could go to Orion and upgrade my cash register, but typically gold cash register and above isn't worth it. Silver is where you want to stop. I could upgrade my wrist warrior, but the actual effect of this doesn't matter. It's just like a vehicle to trigger buffs when you use the shield items, so I don't really benefit much from going here. It's just the other options aren't very good either. Like, I do at least trigger my rewards card by going to Curio, right? Sure.
What's up?
Oh, Ryan, I don't know why I mix up their names all the time. I think the values on this are just so bad that there's no way to use it as an economy item, so I'm gonna be on my way. Absolutely not worth rolling here. Economic Seminar is very good. That can open pivot paths out. If I go to middle, I'm kind of looking specifically for Showcase, right? No, because I'd be willing to switch into Flail now that I found Yo-Yo. This is irritating, but it is what it is. No, Economic Seminar just has insane high rolls. It's too worth clicking on this. Are you sure you don't want to play one of the older pig builds? It's a lot of properties, though, which is good for bees. It's not a lot of properties. Key Boss isn't a property. I always think it is. So I kind of want to make 5 rooms so I can sell the property first for an additional 5 gold. That feels impossible unless I give up on bees now, right? Because to make 5 room, I basically have to sell this stuff. Yeah, fine. Bees are out. We sell the coins first. We get the Kiwas. That lets us sell this for an additional 5 value. We have to sell 1 bee at least. I don't see a reason to sell the other one. And then pick up the fixer-upper. Do we beat Hydro, dude? Well, we definitely stood a better chance with the old build. I'm pretty sure we still win, though. Every 5 seconds. So the fastest use of the yo-yo will be like this. But I want it flipped the other way so that this is still getting the crit. I'm pretty sure I just beat Hydro, dude. If I lose to, sorry, Prince Marianus, I will be a little bit surprised. Because I do have a moderately fast build, which feeds in the eels a bit, but I also just deal so much damage. He has 300 less health than he used to. Feel pretty confident we should be fine here. Like, the health nerf is a huge deal for this guy because he scales up over time. Although I will note, he's scaled up a lot already. We're fine. Barely. Might have been within crit RNG to die there. It's fine. Narwhal's actually... Right, yes, that's how Boomerang works. Yes. I'm gonna toss this fixer-upper before it can grief me any further. Sad times. Thinking about a bunch of other things that aren't apparently worth my thoughts. When you buy a weapon, increase this bonus by 1. I mean, I'll buy a decent number of weapons over the run. I'm not sure this will ever be very useful, but it's not bad, and I'm probably going to spend 4 gold to get something worse, right? It's early enough. I'm gonna try lifting here. I know it's probably not good. I've never seen lifting really pop off, but I want to try it. So right now, my last weapon is just Narwhal, which is obviously not great. Let's go to Curio and try to fix that. My rewards card is on the Piggles. We don't want that. We are definitely gonna be selling the Kiwas for money at some point. Although I guess it might just end up being a thing we're scaling in the background very seriously on. Because of Bad Blocker, I actually quite like buying an early Tourist Chariot. I do have to sell something to do it, unfortunately, but that's fine. So I'm going to buy the Tourist Chariot, trying to scale up a Bad Blocker down the line.
Bazaar.
And it will eventually be breaky, but it's not a huge cost to me. I guess I just keep this in, right? Just like put it over here. I could scale up the Kiwas. I really could. I don't think it's worth doing. Nothing I'm doing slows, so I don't think that's worth it. I will take the regen. Would I run a Shadowed Cloak if I got one for my ranking gauntlets? Probably. That means it's worth rolling. Sharpening Stone as well. Eventually, the Yo-Yo should be faster than Ring King Gauntlets. It's not there yet, but it will be there soon. Like, just 1 tier away. This is 5 speed, so it's probably better than Piggles, right? Like, it doesn't take a lot to be better than Piggles. But it's worse than Claws. So I'm going to sell this immediately. Pick up the Claws. Oh, and also every weapon I buy is just +1 damage to everything. That's worth thinking about. Probably not worth 2 gold just now, because that would probably result in me cracking the Kiwas earlier than otherwise intended. Sure, why not? Give me 1% crit chance. And I'll be on my way. I think the board got a lot better there. Go to Andy, probably. Get a weapon randomly when I have 11 gold and it's against Andy doesn't make any sense. Fins for max health absolutely does. We're at a point in the game where 5% max health and 5 regen is actually substantially affecting how likely I am to get burst down by nonsense, like I just did. Yeah, I'll take Fins. I've got no defenses, basically.
You know, with all the fighting out there, you gotta keep your strength up.
We don't need to make any room because we only generate the 2. And I feel pretty well favored against the match. I think I lost that dually if I were running the same board I am right now, just because it was so explosive at 9 seconds, like it kills me before the second volley. There was really nothing I can do about that. I think I was dead from the moment the run started against that dually. There was no series of decisions to beat the silver drill. I can't even talk. But yeah, that drill just dealt so much bloody damage with the turbo grenade. The 53 regen did have me a little bit worried, I will admit. Yeah, he just got to 50 regen primarily off Black Rose scaling, I suppose. Oh, because he's doing double poison with Venomous Dose, making Black Rose much more effectively scale. Okay, cool. I was wondering where all that regen scaling came from. Neat. Never actually seen Black Rose used in conjunction with the new poison stuff before. That's I think that's a pretty cool interaction. I like it. Oh, Piggles, you bastards. I knew there was something wrong. Anyway, gonna go to Kina. We're gonna start managing our inventory correctly eventually, I promise. Tossing these, I have to buy the ATM because I'm built around Ring King Gauntlets to some degree and it's just worth buying in general. It's also gonna make money off of the Kiwas. I can just sell the balcony for +1 gold eventually, which is a little bit silly, but frankly worth it. Silver Bootstraps. I think I like that quite a lot. I've got a big economy nest egg here. Yeah, I'm gonna take that. Getting all of these upgraded means I'm gonna get the Yo-Yo upgraded eventually. That's worth hearing about. Yep, we go to Prospero here, try to figure out a way to boost our economy. Ah, that's probably not worth, but I could buy a new one. Also, it is worth realizing that I could just plan to play Kiwas here, right? Truthfully, I think the weapon stuff is better. It's certainly newer and more exciting. I'm going to upgrade the rewards card.
A wise investment, Mr. Pygmy.
I am going to sell the Piggles. I need more room than I have, is the problem. This is creating issues. All right, I'm going to call the Boomerang a mistake. I'm going to sell the Boomerang because I need room to manipulate these things. I'm going to flip the balcony. Sell the Kiwas. What's this on? I don't care about the pickles at all. I'm gonna sell it to make sure I don't waste an upgrade on that ever. And then we can roll.
I'd say the results are evident.
Buy, sell is safe, makes perfect sense to me. And then we can try to stack this piggy bank a little bit. It'll probably be net negative, but I'm fine with that.
This will do well for you. I promise.
We crush a trash town mirror, and we would love offensive weaponry. Or sorry, augmented weaponry. Lifting is up to 3 damage. Thought I bought more weapons than that, but apparently not. I only bought the 2. Just old sword and claws, apparently. Yeah, the explosivity's wearing off a little bit here, huh?
Outrageous!
I don't know, gold pepper spray makes any build look bad if you don't one-shot them. Huh, that's definitely good. Is it better than anything? Probably, right? Like, it's slower than Narwhal, but that actually works to its benefit. 7 gold versus 2 gold and silver loot tier items, so I'm spending 3 gold for a random loot item. I think that's worse. I think 3 gold for a silver loot item's right where I draw my line. I'm glad to go to Barcoon, though. Find your ball. Why did this upgrade? Oh, I spent money on the piggy bank. Fair enough. If I forgot about piggy bank bootstraps interactions, I clearly have not played enough pig lately, have I? I would like to flip this shipment, which creates massive space problems immediately. But I think the narwhal is actually dead to me, right? Also, I should obviously be reward carding this. Yeah. I want to break that kiosk pretty immediately anyway. I was hoping that I'd be able to get value from it somewhere, but that was optimistic.
I made a sale.
Eagle Talisman or 10% crits, fine. Dive weights is cool. It's going to be 8-second cooldown, so I don't think it's good. So we sell it to Barcoon on principle. And we roll here. 28-hour fitness and a ledger. I don't think I'm value scaling, and I don't have the space for a ledger. 28-hour fitness, when you use a weapon, your items with shield gain 10 shield. When you use a shield item, your weapons gain 10 damage. I don't see it, man. I don't see how I make 28-hour fitness better than Showcase. Because, like, at 10 seconds, it'll have given 30 damage, which this will have done at 5 seconds. Yeah, very genuinely, I do not see how to make 28-hour fitness work. I know there are things you can do with it with, like, I forget the name of the value scaling item for your whole board, PenFT maybe. And then you run Bad Blocker as well, and that's how you scale your board. But again, it scales at 8 seconds. It just seems slow in a way that I don't want to be. So I'm going to pass on that. We're going to go over to whatever the shop is, because we have to do piggy bank stuff right now.
And sometimes I sell stuff.
Always getting sold here. You have just enough space. So sell at least 2 to make room for the next day's coins. Do I want any of this? Cash Cannon's not a bad thing to be scaling, but I don't really have a good way to scale it is the problem. It is a weapon. I definitely want this business card.
I get it.
And I don't think I want to try to do Cash Cannon here. I've done Cash Cannon before. Oh, hey, it's PenFT. Oh, it's just NFT. I see the pun now. Normally, upgrading cash registers to gold isn't really worth it because you go from silver coins at 2 to gold coins at 3, so I'm spending 8 gold that will pay for itself 4 days later. However, I'm fairly wealthy and trying to push a bootstraps to upgrade these yo-yos, so it's not as bad as it would normally be. Yeah, I'm okay with that.
That doesn't work out.
Now, would I ever want to pick up PenFT to unlock value scaling for bad blockers? I don't think I would. It doesn't seem important. Yeah, I'm happy with what I'm doing. I'm gonna go on my way. I could have spent 4 gold for +1 damage all. Even needing to push bootstraps, that's a little bit crazy. I have a lot of gold. Maybe I should have considered it, but I think we're probably fine without it. Let's go see if we can beat a Vanessa. I imagine we can. We might just get burnt out first, though. There are some crazy fast Vanessa builds. Usually they aren't missing an item. This guy's at 2 and 2. I can't imagine Shark Rays killing me on the first hit. We should be fine. Big bolas, though. And of course they crit with 10%. We're fine, though. Not a problem. I said we're fine, and we are. Okay, cool.
I got another salvo with me.
I will admit I'm mostly only looking at my health, his health, and this item. I really should look at the rest of my board when these things are happening. However, in my defense, this did deal about 3 times as much as any other item. Only Yo-Yo is remotely close. Build's definitely still strong. I think I really need to find a Jabalian drum, though. Yeah, we'll go to Andy. There's just Yo-Yo upgrade. That's all I need to think about.
Taking the first step toward good taste.
Toss these. Scale up some new stuff. Pick up the axe.
You wanna buy that?
Immediately sell the axe.
Excellent choice.
I don't have to immediately sell the axe. I can just keep the room. I can probably run Crystal Bonsai for free gold during my next fight. And it helps push Bootstraps, so sure.
That suits you beautifully.
Oh, hey, it's the bad blockers I kept talking about. Again, I just don't think they actually do anything. Like, obviously, right now, I don't have any items with value over 10, so it doesn't do anything. I kind of need PenFT for this to make sense. The idea being that PenFT scales all your items to give this multicast, and then it triggers Wrist Warrior a lot. I could sell this to get 16 gold and then buy the new one for 4. Essentially get 12 gold right now, or get more long-term scaling. I think I'd like the long-term scaling. I'm not tight on economy right now at all.
You got it here.
The question's just, do I want to pick up Bad Blocker? It felt like the more important part of the combo to me. I didn't want to float PenFT, but I only had one item that makes it work, and I have to find the other one. But now thinking on it, it's the exact same thing with Bad Blocker, right? I mean, theoretically, I can scale these up enough to trigger Bad Blocker automatically somehow, but I don't know how the hell I would do that. I am going to sell this coin and buy the Gavel just to force an upgrade. Missed Yo-Yo again, but that's fine. We still get 1 damage out of the whole deal. I'm going to buy the Bad Blocker. Worst case scenario, consider it forcing Bootstraps. It's not a big investment. I don't run Boomerang anymore, nothing generated on combat, but I can throw this Fang in. Sorry, I was thinking about throwing the Fang out. Throw this Crystal Bonsai in. Let's take the Crystal Bonsai back out. No, thank you. I'm pretty sure I'm dead. This seems like a good build to fight Lich with since all of my items are weapons. Yes, all of them. However, I'm pretty sure I still just lose. Certainly, I'm not going to win with Crystal Bonsai on the board. If this wins, I will be shocked. Because Petrifying Gaze, Chilling Touch, it's all just so brutal. We did get best case RNG. No, we didn't, because Showcase kind of needed to not get frozen, didn't it? Yeah, we're just so incredibly dead, it's not even funny. This is just bad result with extra steps. Hey, we got 2 gold out of it, which is more than I was expecting, to be honest with you. Might even get 3 here. Nice, we got him to half health. That's more than I was expecting to do with this getting frozen. But yeah, there's no shot we beat Lich. That guy is so overtuned. Oh, hey, he's back to rob me of even more experience, because now I can't take the rightmost fight. Sad times. Trash Golem versus a Zookeeper. I think neither has anything I care about, so I'll go for Trash Golem. Yeah, there's nothing here I particularly care for either. I'm just going off the logic that usually the leftmost fight has a bunch of random smaller items resulting in having lower gold value. I think the average gold value of these enemies is pretty identical. I really, really do need to make a spreadsheet for that at some point, but it changes every patch. It'd be so much work to update, because not even all the monster changes are in the patch notes. Ah.
Like a nice person.
I came here for average gold value, but I'm not convinced it actually was better average gold value. Pulse these, move this next Dirty Rewards card. That gives me the room for the Powder Keg. Don't think there's ever a world where I use that, but it is neat. Create a silver tier or lower item. Had I gotten the Yo-Yo upgrade, I would be putting it on the Yo-Yo. Fine, if none of my upgrades are really that important, Bootstraps it is.
But Kev's not here. Feel the difference?
We are officially a Bootstraps run. We're going to enchant the Bootstraps and do something stupid. And it does mean any item that's bad really doesn't want to be in my inventory when this triggers. Like, I'm going to sell anything that I don't actually care about that's below gold tier, which thankfully isn't that much right now. I will very happily go to an Ayla.
My battle days are over. But my
Now, how much gold am I willing to spend just to push Bootstraps at this point? Honestly, not that much. I'll hold on to the Bad Blocker for just a little bit, but I don't think I'll be keeping them. 2 gold flip for lifting seems worth. 8 gold flips just to push the boots for the same lifting value doesn't seem worth. how good can it ladle be here? I mean, Lumboards can just be bought and probably flipped, right? Buffing all my items at 7 seconds, especially at bronze, does not seem worth it compared to all the much faster things you can be doing. Pitchfork will give me 2 truffles because of Showcase being a property, but I don't need it. It's a 4 gold flip. I think that's reasonable enough. Pushes Bootstraps, gets lifting. The Atlato is the one where I'm really considering actually using it. I don't know how I would is the problem. We can start with 700 shield. I don't think I need to. I'm happy to go to middle here.
What can I get you?
And I have no use for this item, so we roll. Better Lumbors. Definitely more appealing than it used to be. Also a globe, which I would not mind. Stash Space says the globe isn't happening, though. I'm tempted to believe it ladle's worth holding all run. Because this is, you know, just kind of the best weapon in the game, if you can enable it. There are a lot of ways to get flat damage to buff this faster, etc., etc. I believe it ladle can be a part of this build. It does create immediate stash space problems, but that's fine. I just sell these two, which I need to do before I trigger the Bootstraps anyway to make room for the gold. I will keep my business card because it generates gold over time, and on top of that, if I can just dodge it once, it'll never get hit because it'll upgrade itself. So I'm okay with doing this. I wouldn't mind a globe, but I really think that my inventory space cannot go to globe. And I don't think Lumboards is fast enough. I really don't.
It's a relationship, you know?
It is a 3-win Vanessa. Feel comfortable against that. What kind of Vanessa are we looking at today?
You should know.
No idea based on that.
On Pelago.
Looks like burn Vanessa. Shot glasses just to scale up Salt Claw? Question mark? Seems that way. I don't have great defenses, so I do need to kill him relatively soon. Which we do. Good.
You should put it toward nobler use.
Got a little bit worried towards the end there after the second Salt Claw hit. Also, Diamond Fangs. That's terrifying. Yeah, so shot glasses are just here to scale Salt Claw, which honestly is probably enough reason to do it. 5-1 going into day 7. I'm happy enough with that. That's great for a pig. Of course, I don't have a late game scaling plan as this pig, which is notably different from your average pig result. I could take 140 health here. I like generating the gold. I'm trying to push Bootstraps. Getting everything upgraded is a big part of why this run has good future prospects.
A crazy place, right?
Probably buying and flipping both of those. We're at 36. So we're at 36, then we buy 4. We go to 40, 48, roll and get it.
So, how about this weather where... Oh, you're leaving.
And the roll should get an upgrade. Of course. Regal Blade's not a bad item, but it's certainly not good for us in this situation. And we are in a spot where we are going to be flipping for 4 gold here. Although I will hold this for the next shop. Cinders, Gumballs. Nope, a Bureau of Mini Hero. Oh, that was the rewards card upgrading, or the business card rather. I might not actually be able to sell that. I don't know that it's worth rolling here. When you sell this, your weapons gain 4 damage. I'm gonna sell this, I'm gonna buy this, just gonna leave. I need to have an item to buff with the rewards card at my next shop, which is why I'm waiting. And I'm pretty confident we kill Shock Trooper before that gun goes off a second time. He does more burn than he used to. I forget exactly what the buff was that made him start dealing more burn. But as a result, I might actually die before the second shot if he gets enough crits and crits on the first shot. It looks like we're probably fine. Yeah, we're good. I will note that second shot was getting dangerously close. That wasn't as clean as I thought it was. We're fine. Incendiary rounds, huh? Don't really think I have a use for that. Shield skills, heal and regen. No, thank you. We're gonna go random. Overheal haste can show up as a non-monster skill. I thought this was like a monster thing. I didn't know you could just get this. Well, like if I had lifesteal on anything, this would be really tempting. If I had regenerative on a fast item, this would be really tempting. can I find a way to enable this reliably at all? It's just such a cool idea. It's so powerful if I can enable it. I just have to figure out how to enable it. This is probably useless for a long time, though. I'm gonna roll past it. Plus 300 health for each diamond tier item. When you crit, your Q items gain 20 heal, your weapons have 15% crit. I mean, this is cool, because I know I'm probably gonna be upgrading the Bootstraps to diamond, but that's so far away. You just take 15% crit.
Skills quickly, but it takes patience to master them.
Ayla versus Grandmaster. Grandmaster's a lot of gold, probably. Also, this at gold is like 5% crit for 20 gold, not worth. This is 8% crit on my best item for 5 gold, which is probably worth. And upgrading lifting at the cost of not using liftings doesn't seem great. Also, I really want to upgrade this yo-yo, man. All right. That one's pretty good, too. Can't be too upset about that.
My weapon, I fight alongside you.
We're at 38, so we're safe to buy this. I should have looked at that differently. Yep.
Action.
I think I just have to gamble on this upgrade. I don't have to. I can roll and buy a gold thing or pass. And I would rather not gamble my upgrades because they're so important. Well, we get the gold one, so that does solve the problem. Congrats, buddy. When you sell an item, this gains 1 value. I would love to be able to abuse this. If I give up on Atlatl, because Atlatl is so far away from being enabled, because basically I need lifting to get another 100 weapons, it's just not happening. Like, there has to be some right-handed, left-handed stuff going on to enable this Atlatl. Yeah, I'm just gonna sell the dagger. Pick up this, and be on my way to the next store. Small weapon, no thanks. We're gonna get Barcoon, generate another 3 gold, 6 eventually.
Welcome to my business.
We're at 18, 26. Happy to roll. Nice. That is very good.
Where's Mitchworth? Oh, did he see me close a deal?
34, I think. 38. So apparently I missed something. Oh, I missed the roll cost. I didn't count that. We'll get coins to upgrade when we switch over the day. All item cooldowns are increased by 1 second. Unfortunately, at 5-second cooldown, Ring King Gauntlets, even with a Diamond Fort, would not be good enough. Or slow enough, rather. All of our stuff's very fast. This is just like the antithesis of what we want to do. That's fine. Feeling pretty good. 1700 health on day 7's probably about the average. Not really ahead on level curve since I haven't gotten any extra fights on account of Lich, and in fact I've lost a rightmost fight on account of Lich as well. Is the rest of my board coming? Okay, good. I was worried for a second there. Big Shark Claws board with Obsidian Cannonade might be faster than me, especially if it keeps critting. Yeah, it looks like I'm just dead. Nothing I can do about that. Just Ayla hooked this person up. There's no reason you should have an Obsidian Cannonade.
You move in straight lines.
Dude, just absolutely blown out by insane enchant high rolls on both of my losses. We could so easily be 7-0. I'm not even losing to cool item combinations. I'm just losing to enchants. Well, that is a good enough reason to skip a store. I will gladly take 3 experience.
It's all about motivation.
7 gold versus silver loot item. Gonna have to take silver loot item. I made the other decision earlier. Earlier, I had way less gold, though. I think I just want to reduce the cooldown on this to ensure it's buffing as much as it can, as fast as it can. Seems sensible. 4.7 seconds now. All right, yeah, B1, B2. Since it is hated by the Bootstraps, we will ask the late B1, B2 to upgrade it instead. Dr. Vortex should be no problem. I have no vehicles. Okay, we'll go fight Dr. Vortex then. Kind of feel like I've fallen off a little bit, but I don't think that's true. I just got destroyed by Obsidian Cannonade in under 10 seconds. Like, what do you want? What do you do? It's Obsidian Cannonade, Gold Shark Claws. What can you possibly do? Neophiliac is kind of uniquely bad for my build that does literally no status. It's a lot of damage, though. Yeah. It's an item. That's my full opinion on Cog. It is certainly one of the items of all time.
How do you hugelings use these things?
Caltrops. I'll be honest, it's not like a particularly exciting scaling for Caltrops, just 40 every 5. But at the same time, it's probably still the best item I can put there.
Size, and then there's boring size.
What would I be cutting for Caltrops? Probably this Fang that never got upgraded as one of them, and I'm looking at Shielded Brass Knuckles for the other, though I'm not convinced that's right. I do still think that Tusked Helm Wrist Warrior is amongst my better items. I think the Shielded Brass Knuckles are better than the Claws. Like, yeah, it does double crit damage, that's neat, but just having the shield scaling is nice for defenses. I'm pretty confident that Caltrops is better for me. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna toss him.
Says I have to trade even when I don't care.
We are looking at 38 on the boots, so I can buy the Jabalian drum.
On behalf of
Or sorry, the
Grand
longbow.
Society
I
of
wish it were a
Warhammer,
drum. Buy the Caltrops.
Now that's quality.
And roll. Although I did mess up and not actually hold an item, we can probably find something to flip on the next page that makes enough sense. Speedrunner. Charge one non-toy item 1 second. I have a yo-yo, and I don't have a second toy. It would be possible to run a slingshot in a build like this. I'm not convinced it's a huge deal though, right? Like, I'd end up dropping probably these two or Halati and Brass Knuckles for this and Slingshot. Slingshot's definitely worse than whatever weapon I'm cutting, so it's gotta be Speedrunner making up the difference. I'm not convinced it is. Yeah, I'm not gonna go for Speedrunner, taking the Kukri. Speedrunner is a really cool item. It's just like, you need it focused on more important items, and I don't have any of the supporting structure for it right now. I just have a singular toy. Huh. Well, we're enchanting Bootstraps anyway, like, let's not kid ourselves. The issue with that is that it will never actually upgrade the Ring King gauntlets. I still feel strong for the day. I don't feel like this is terrible for me. I'm doing it. Because I'm pretty sure burning Showcase and above all of my burn items, it makes the idea of making all of my items burn items incredibly appealing. And I just haven't had an enchanted Bootstraps run in a long time. We're finally set up for one, let's do it. Which also puts us in a really weird spot where we don't actually really want to upgrade any of our items that are already at gold. I'm just gonna take 1,000 starting shield, I think. Like, that's just good enough. That is a huge impact on a fight for this day. 2-win Vanessa, they crashed out, they got their death enchant. I think that means they're only 1 enchant up on me. I believe it said they were level 9. Because my Bootstraps obviously aren't doing anything yet. The 1,000 shield will do a good chunk by negating all of Darkwater Anglerfish, but they are a poison build anyway. The Tripwire is going to suck. That was my Bluetooth speaker turning off. The scaling healing on Catfish does appear to be somewhat of a problem. It looks like we killed him between heals eventually. Got through it. I want to see how much that Catfish healed for. That was a lot of healing. Zorkid going off nonstop because the Tripwire is constantly triggering the Anglerfish. And then this is 2,000 healing, doubled his health, still not enough. The 98 burn being completely negated probably affected the outcome of that, right? Honestly, no, I'm at 1,600 health at the end of this. I probably would have still won that without negating the burn. It would be pretty close, it's hard to say. Also, I'm very glad I picked up the Caltrops. They were just immediately the strongest item on my board because Caltrops are completely busted. Sad times. You hate to see it. You hate to spend your whole build doing cool weapon stuff, and then it's like, but Caltrops is single-handedly better, though. All right, JJ, could you just sell me the Bootstraps upgrade a little bit early?
Moving up in the world.
I actually don't mind upgrading my cash register, weirdly enough. The reason for that is because it means when I get a diamond Bootstraps later, it won't hurt me. It also pushes Bootstraps a little bit, which does matter.
Work out for you. Come back for a refund.
We're at 40, which is the perfect number of what we're looking at. We can buy a silver,
I get it. You're busy.
sell
Enjoy
it,
your purchase.
and roll. Got the best hit. Bootstraps just saving it until it was enchanted. I see. Good strat, Bootstraps. Gonna buy a Kukri, hold it for a little while for rewards card value, and move to the next shop.
Oh, you're leaving.
So we still have 2 silver items on our board to upgrade before we have to upgrade Bootstraps, which isn't the worst thing in the world. Certainly want to get it done sooner than that, though. Andy's just not a great shop for me since upgrading my small items isn't really good. I don't know, upgrading the yo-yo is great now.
Price. You can't afford it.
Signet Ring is less good than it should be. Lifting is slowly climbing up there. I don't think the Atlattl's usable, though. Like, I might be better off selling this Atlatl right now. We've dodged upgrading it for a while at this point. And looking at the Atlatl, its base damage is 59. Effectively, this does charge it now. I'm not going to sell the Atlatl yet. Quite the opposite. I'm going to give it a real chance. I am going to put it next to the Yo-Yo in my next PvE fight. I think it's worth buying the piggy bank because I'm probably about to clear space. I'm probably going to have 4 slots very soon. When this goes up to 4 value, which is just the first shop I visit, right? I'm not going to take the Signet Ring. It's too bad to spend an upgrade on that. Is this about to trigger? No, I just triggered it. I can buy a piggy bank. I can roll. And I don't want any of that. 4 gold flip is perfectly fine.
You're a smart one for your size.
Now, let's go do a PvE fight. I know that this is still plenty strong. We definitely beat weapons platform. It's not that bad, right? 7.7, it'll get charged at 4.7 by enough that it might just go off with the showcase. I'm not quite sure. At that point, it's a fine enough weapon. Yeah, it's a 5.5. It's gonna get faster again. Is it good? Honestly, not really. You can do a lot better. It's probably worse than the other stuff I was running. It takes too long to scale right now. That's sad to see. It's such a powerful item in the super long run. That's very good if I find a Pig's Gem, and I think it might be too late to use Pig's Gem, though. What large item would I run here? I've got Caltrops. I have no reason not to take this is my real answer. I've already got a quite terrible Grandmaster. We go Pygmalion every time here. The other 2 are pretty terrible for us. Don't have 5 or fewer. Don't use properties. Don't overheal. Easy roll. Your weapons have damage equal to double your income, you say. Well, that definitely helps out the problem I'm experiencing.
It's a whole new
Another 30 base damage on the Atlatl does a lot to make it more usable. Going to go middle here for sure. I don't have a ton of gold right now. Although buffing the piggy bank is sort of instrumental to getting gold, fine.
If I don't have what you need, I'll help you find who does.
So I'm gonna toss this, and I think I'm giving up on the Halati and the shielded brass knuckles as well. It's painful to do it, but I need to make space and sell this right now. So I'm either giving up these, or I'm giving up the Atlatl, or I'm giving up the cash register I just wasted 16 gold upgrading. Yeah, goodbye, folks. Sell the piggy bank as well. I'm not interested in using any more money on this. We're at 12 gold until the next roll, which doesn't work out very well for us. Gonna have to make 2 room very shortly anyway. I can spend 8 gold on a cash cannon pretty happily.
Bring it back.
I can roll when I'm 2 gold off of triggering. And I'm happy to buy a gold item to trigger it. Congratulations, Atlatl. We believed in you and you've been rewarded for it. Don't let us down. I don't have to sell it just yet, so I won't. Might be able to make more money at the next shop. I could have balled and flipped Snowmobile. It wouldn't have been clearly wrong. Small weapon, you say? No, I'm gonna go Kina. I want to get the reward card value.
Punish the warful.
Toss all of this. 51 gold on that rewards card, huh? What's this at? 14? Is it possible to trigger it here? Yes, actually. And if I do, it guarantees an upgrade on Tusked Helm. Although it then has no targets on the next day, basically. Still, some of this is like very easy to do. It's not actually costing me much of anything. Like, I just do that every time. I buy the piggy bank for the next shop. I don't need to force the upgrade right now. I'm not trying to do that. But I am trying to, like, efficiently get value where I can, because putting a rewards card on the piggy bank is a very good way to quickly recoup value while pushing this. It is 5 win Vanessa, doing a little bit worse than me, but maybe losing a little bit earlier than I am. Although, to be fair, losing to that Obsidian Cannonades, no mark against this build.
We're out to dethrone a
Bonk is always scary to see. I am running it at Latl, which is kind of bonk resistant. Icy Tortuga, thankfully only freezes 1, but it scales a Shark Ray pretty well. His Bulwark doesn't look that fast, so I don't think Caltrops does that much. 23% crit, huh? Caltrops are here to just win the fight for me single-handedly, I think is how that went down. Can I get the damage recap there? Because I'm feeling like I'm secretly a Caltrops build, and that all of this was just a way to get early wins before transitioning to Caltrops. Yes, I am a Caltrops build. I dealt 400 damage here, 500 damage here, 300 damage here, 120 on both of these. It looks like he died as this was triggering in its defense. But 1300 on the Caltrops. And sure, they're not burning yet, but even including the burn damage, these two probably both got outclassed. Crazy. Thanks, Caltrops. You're a very fair and balanced item. If there's one thing that's been true for the entire history of my time with Pig, it is that Pig is just very fun with Caltrops. Not to play against, but I really enjoy making Caltrops builds. If I go to a hero merchant and I try to get like knife set, got pretty fast items for a knife set build. The scaling isn't that good though, right? Like it takes like 15 seconds to get to where a crook build starts. Doesn't really make a ton of sense. Still, I could find something like fiber optics or a Dooley. Oh man, they had to be against each other. I'm still going Dooley. Dooley has a lot of very unique weapons that are very good. For instance, Power Drill with my weapon spam build with fiery Caltrops down the line. Uzi, huh? 12 shots. This lasts until 24 seconds. Combat doesn't last 24 seconds. That's probably worth buying. Because this is sort of on its way out, I feel like. We've never really gotten this where we wanted it to be. It's not that fast. 10 seconds is very slow in the late game. Oh, right, I'm supposed to flip this right now. I don't know, did I just sell anything else there? Do I really want to buy this Uzi? It'll get this to burning. And worth noting, if I don't care about that, getting it to burning doesn't do anything. I really don't think Uzi's actually that spectacular here. If I had like a Pig's Gem, I'd be all over the Uzi. But if this is only 40 damage after 4.5 seconds, kinda not that crazy to run it with Uzi. I kind of like just having the big volley of 4 hits after it's gone off twice, as opposed to trickling the hits in as it scales up. Like, this is not clearly much better to me. I'm gonna roll past it. I don't think it's worth my gold. I don't think it's a crazy item for this build. Battery, on the other hand. If I had known that we were going to see battery on the next page, suddenly I'm looking to cut one of these items. Anyway, things would have changed. Battery times out terribly. It's just charging for 0.7 seconds. So there's actually not a good way to use the battery either, sadly enough. Fine, I'll be on my way. Very cool items. Don't actually think they improve the build though. Andy's less good than he should be. Actually, that's not true because upgrading this to diamond doesn't hurt me at all. Yeah, fine. I'm happy enough to get Andy. It generates gold if nothing else.
Just taking the first step
Oh,
toward good taste.
that one I care about. That one I think does something. Little bit too slow on the second use of Showcase, unfortunately. But still, probably pretty good. I'm gonna buy the spices. God damn it, I'm so bad at the game. It's fine. We didn't actually care about this getting fiery, right? That wasn't a big deal. We don't care about that item. We're trying to cut it. Not sour grapes at all. Oh, hey, slingshot. This is a moderately fast item. It has enough ammo to last the entire fight. I think that's actually worth running because it lets us do this. I think spices are pretty clearly a very good item here. Tusked Helm is out, which will force our upgrade onto nothing, actually. Fair enough. Spend 3 gold to give your weapons plus 10 damage, though. I think we're supposed to be scaling with the Dragon Tooth. I'm supposed to care about that. My least important weapon by far. Well, I guess in PvE fights, I can actually just run the Dragon Tooth over the spices, huh?
Whoever said money can't buy class had neither.
It's just a huge amount of damage scaling over time. 3 gold plus 10 on all my damage. Do I kill this guy fast enough? I think so. It is the first day, which is always a little bit scary. I'm pretty sure I'm fine.
Stop.
If I'm wrong, egg on my face, but Volcus is not really that terrible. Like, obviously the opening to the fight sucks every time, and then depending on what he randomly freezes for 5 seconds, 6 seconds, sorry, it can be a lot scarier. But, like, once I start going, boy howdy do I start going.
Objective failed.
Was a little bit worried about potentially staying frozen for too long, getting crit by a second use of that, but didn't come even close to that happening, actually. Put this back in, sell this, it's never coming back. Yeah, it's never coming back. theoretically, the, what's this called? The Wrist Warrior could come back in if I get my next enchant as a shield enchant, because I need to put something on Ring King Gauntlets that can't come from Bootstraps. I guess I want to put this here, actually, since I don't want to sell the other two. 364 health, huh? Go to Kev, just randomly get a shielded item? That would be funny. I like going to shops anyway. The other two options aren't incredible.
I can fool some.
Alright, that's not the shielded item I wanted, buddy. That's really expensive for no reason. Also, yeah, 28-hour fitness. I didn't realize Kev would be selling that. The awkward thing for me here is that I guess I want to rewards card the cash register. It's the thing I'm most likely to sell next. I'm never selling the Dragon Tooth. The Wrist Warrior is sellable. Not great. Just gonna roll past that. Don't think I care there. Shielded VIP pass. I mean, like, I can get a bit of value out of that, but not enough to justify what I'm committing to it. So I'll leave that on the table and go on my way. Can we win on days 10 through 13 with this pile of jank? I do want to level up very soon, because currently, if I spend any gold, I waste an upgrade. So I'm wasting an upgrade because there's nothing that can be done about that. I have basically unlimited gold, though, looking at how much this shit's worth. So I'm not too worried about triggering Bootstraps past this point. I'm going to be sad about my wasted upgrade here, but I need to push experience to get that thing to diamond so that I can actually stop wasting my upgrades. Looney Tunes, a 3-win Dead Vanessa. Is this the best board? A part of me is like, you don't even need the slingshot. It's not doing anything. Just put in Dragon Tooth. Unironically, since my Atlatl not enabled, I think that's right. Like, getting the Atlatl to be marginally faster, it goes off before the showcase like this. I think that's worth. I think the slingshot's such a minorly good item. Like, it doesn't do much of anything. Also, if I can get shielded enchant, like, actually forget the Ring King Gauntlets I wanted on Caltrops, because then it would trigger Wrist Warrior, which is very gross. Anyway, I think this is the way to play the fight, actually. Dragon Tooth does go in on my PvP fight, because the immediate boost of damage on Caltrops and Atlatl is too important. Shiny Sniper Rifle's not what you want to see with your Caltrops build. It's going to hit for, not actually all that much. I think we're okay. Because, like, yeah, it's going to hurt, but he's not going to kill me. And then this happens. Because by the time it goes off, I'm using spices and I survive the hit, so the Atlatl's just going to wreck him. And we're getting a lot closer thanks to this Dragon Tooth pickup of enabling the Atlatl. Monster Ranch, huh? Pretty interested in that. I don't know why some of my price tags are like falling under items. It's very inconsistent, but like it's happening to Bootstraps now if I move my mouse around or move the item around. Yeah, now it's happening on Slingshot. I kind of wonder if my inventory's bugged out and something doesn't exist, which happens from time to time. Also, this should be on disposable items now that I have them. Let's go to Monster Ranch. Insect Wing to reduce the cooldown by 9%. Just throw it on Showcase, I think. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Toss this, pick up the Insect Wing. It might even be better on Spices, but the idea right now is that Spices should go off after the Showcase. So we do that, down to 4.3, so it goes off before the second Spices now. And we upgrade an item, bring this thing to Diamond to get everything to Diamond.
My work is for the glory of Samaska. So, tell somebody.
And that puts us eventually in a really good spot because of the burning Caltrops, which is going to be disgusting. Honestly, the Slingshot's not ever going to do a lot, right? I'm going to toss this. I'd rather just run the Dragon Tooth, and I don't want to upgrade the Slingshot. I think the same exact thing is true for Wrist Warrior as well. I don't want those items to eat upgrades. The rewards card I'll accept because, like, the rewards card's at least giving me a ton of economy. Although, honestly, I might sell it right before, if I can, because I'm kind of getting to the end of the game where you no longer need gold generation. This is just enough to ride out the rest of the game with. 14.
Happy to make a sale.
I think I can afford to be a little bit greedy with these and not just buy random stuff. I'm going to try to, like, use all my gold in an Ayla or some sort of valuable event. Do I beat Void Goal? Probably not. I have no defenses is the thing. I basically need it to destroy its own caltrops, and it does not do that in the majority of fights. So I'm gonna go fight Lord of the Waste, I suppose.
The dunes are waves on a sea of gold.
We're up to 136 on this. We need to get it up to 180. So 5 more fights before our Atlatl starts off turbo, which is a very big deal.
To be a dervish is to be free.
Pretty good damage output.
Join us.
How big is this lifting, by the way? 32, not terrible. Would I go to Mandala to get a random restorative small item? I don't think I would. I will go to middle because I need to go to shops in general.
I'm pretty laid back.
Yeah, I don't want this to upgrade, so I'm tossing it. 33. I can get an upgrade here. I would like to get an upgrade here. At 33, we're looking at exactly perfect for buy a gold item and roll. So sure, we buy a gold item,
I think you're really
we roll.
gonna enjoy that.
This is the last chance to decide to sell the rewards card. I am deciding to sell the rewards card. I don't want to waste upgrades. Roll. Fiery caltrops. Disgusting. Absolutely insane damage out of that. I don't care about Ledger. Don't care about weights. Don't care about Beehive. I've got 99 gold. I want to make sure I get another upgrade out of this because I might get Fiery Showcase, which will scale all my burn values, I think. And I might just get a Diamond Yo-Yo, both of which are kind of insane. So even though I don't need this at all, I'm just throwing away 16 gold. I'm doing that just to make sure the next shop can get that high enough. In fact, I could have done that differently to do it right now, but I'm assuming the next shop will have more worthwhile things to buy than this. But that also assumes I'm going to the next shop, which is a little bit sketch. Turned out to be true.
Fighting, but I can help you finish a fight.
33. Exact same situation with the Obsidian Gavel. Pretty sure I don't want an Obsidian Gavel. Going to buy the briefcase.
Go make some more stories. Then come back
Sell
and
it,
tell me.
toss the coins. 49. Roll. Diamond Yo-Yo. Pretty big upgrades this time. And I have enough gold that I'm going to buy, sell all of this, and maybe even hold on to that dagger for a little bit of time.
And when you carry my weapon, I fight alongside you.
We're at 45. Won't be holding that dagger along at all then, will I? But this is a lot stronger than I was yesterday with Diamond on the Yo-Yo, Fire on the Caltrops. I'm feeling good.
Legend on
The Vanessa has 4.3k health, just like me. It is a Catapult, Shiny, Shark Ray, Fiery, Dive Weight sort of build. I really like what I'm looking at. The build's very cool. However, I think I'm okay. I think my damage output's just insane.
boys. Let's
So,
blunder.
quick check.
More
How much of that was
blunder.
just Caltrops? Checking recap. Actually, Yo-Yo is now keeping pace with the Caltrops, having gotten into the Diamond and having massively sped up at Latl. And the lifting Dragon Tooth on this Yo-Yo at Latl setup is doing so much work. Like, this section of my board on the right side has nothing to do with the new patch. This has just always been what Weapon Pig dreamed to do, is have Bootstraps enchant all of your items to the good enchant and then scale them to the moon with Dragon Tooth baseline for insane speed with Atlatl, Yo-Yo, and Caltrops, which are Pig's fastest items. I guess I go to Kina. Going to toss these on the assumption that I'm rolling immediately.
Discounts for peace.
I could buy an Apropos Chapeau to really push the next upgrade immediately. Honestly, sounds fine.
Moving up in the world.
And then we'll finally get to see what the showcase does in a little bit. NFT is useless to me. All of this is useless to me. Let's go.
It's all about motivation.
Weapon skills
You
versus
gotta know
Adira.
what you're fighting for.
Weapon skills, because I am Pig, can have gold equals damage. So I'm going to try weapon skills. There's also just like no shortage of skills that are actually useful for me, and apparently quite a few skills that are not useful at all. But we're going to roll and get something better, right? Your leftmost weapon deals plus 30 damage, you say? You can do so much better than this. There's like your leftmost weapon gets a lifesteal diamond skill. There's the Pig skill to increase my income damage to the next tier. There's the Pig skill for cash damage, Pig skill for value damage. I know the right thing to do is left-handed, so I'm going to take left-handed. And then I'm going to put my Caltrops on the left, because obviously I have no shield items to improve. I think it's just fine to put 10 damage on Caltrops. Like, it's not exciting, but it's obviously good. I could have put it on Fiery at Latl as well, but Latl already gets to 180 just in the next two fights, so it doesn't really matter. Also, it's nice to see a punching bag legendary enemy that I can actually beat. And one that walks into fiery caltrops pretty hard, no less. Just the machine gun volley of caltrops fire after it activated its items. I know what the recap's gonna look like, but I have to take a look. Yeah, caltrops outperforming the Atlato and the Yo-Yo by a huge margin, exactly as you'd expect. But honestly, I thought it'd be worse than that. Atlato and Yo-Yo are holding their own. They're doing a lot. We're looking at 46 here. I don't think I can upgrade during combat with Dragon Tooth. So I think I do need to spend money here, which is unfortunate because Monster Ranch. Oh, at 40, is it 48 or 46? It's at 46, so it doesn't go off either way. I don't think I need to upgrade this right now, but also I really want to see what it does. I'm gonna go to Ayla. I just want to know precisely what happens when you upgrade Showcase, and I don't want to go to Bazaar. Now, unfortunately, if they don't show me a diamond item, I can't do it. Hey, a diamond item, nice. Oh, do you just burn 5? That's not what I thought it would do at all. I thought this would be like weights where it scales the value of your burn items. I'm so disappointed. This is the result of all my mad science. I get to know that it does nothing. Sad times. Anyway, this is probably my last fight, so I have no reason not to do this. Take a gold tier loot item as well, I suppose. That's a pretty good one. I'm happy with that gold tier loot item. I thought that was my last hour. Oh, well, I obviously should have went to Monster Ranch then. Let's not pretend. Anyway, I'm gonna go to Grandmaster to upgrade all these skills I have that totally do things, right? Sure. 5% crit chance versus literally nothing, huh? It is a Legend Dueling, 8 wins. I feel automatically favored because we're up against a Dooley as a Caltrops build. Like, what the hell is he supposed to do? Apparently he's supposed to play Bulldozer Obsidian Dualtron with almost no items. I'll admit, this one-shotting me in a second to be pretty upsetting. Yeah, that'll do it. Why do you have 50% crit, sir? Yeah, not a lot I can do if his build just one-shots me without activating items. Pretty strong strategy. There is a chance we actually don't go 10. Random enchantment to put it on this. Languid Dunes, you say? No, I think we're looking for something more defensive or more offensive. Languid Dunes just doesn't quite do enough IMO. Ranking Gauntlets, what do you have? It's fine. Definitely would have rathered Obsidian, Fiery, maybe even Deadly. Sad to see the Dooley be, it's not just a Dualtron build, but Obsidian Dualtron with 50% crit. Literal worst case scenario. That's the only way Dooley can one-shot me.
All about moderation.
I could just run a belt. Like, these two items don't do much in the late game. I could cut them for belt, and I can guarantee a diamond belt today, basically. I am going to buy this belt, and I'm going to figure out how to make that happen.
Oh, delivery's free.
Oh, I need to make some room.
The exercise.
There is no tomorrow, so I can sell this right now. We're at 19, so nothing to really think about there.
Oh, I think you're really gonna enjoy that.
Let's not click that. Yeah, it's a bit closer than I thought it was. Roll it. And I cannot take this upgrade without running a lot of risk, so I'm not going to. Just hoping for a diamond item. Andy, please, sir. Diamond items. Ah, man. Back in the day, there was a bug where using this in combat would skip your upgrade. I guess I don't have to worry about it.
Moving up in the world.
Not gonna use this in a fight. Don't care.
Buyer's remorse never.
Oh, hey, we have the bad blocker now. I had a wrist warrior a while ago. Oh, well, too bad. I have no reason to sell it, though. I can hold it in case the opportunity presents itself to switch back in. We definitely have the Bootstrap upgrade guaranteed here. And I should beat Property Baron, no problem. That looks true. I'm pretty sure I actually would have beaten that Dooley had he not crit. So if this doesn't go 10 wins, it's such a sad way to lose. It's just a crit RNG on the second to last fight. But would have been the last fight with better RNG. I don't think we're weak, though. We're at 48. Upgrade an item, huh? I kind of already have it covered. Any shop roll will do it. So we go to Orlin instead. Orlin? Yeah, Orlin.
If not this life, the next.
Roll that every time. Man, those are not exciting options, are they? Well, none of these do anything. Like, literally none of the things I saw do anything. So maybe if I find a life steal skill on the last possible second, we can do something with it. Right now, we've got it in a diamond belt, but it's not clear that we want to take it. I literally can't. Every item I own is diamond tier. I don't need you, Forja. That's never happened to me before. It's definitely starting shield. There's no way that it's right to go to Pearl instead of just taking 1600 health. And that's based on level, not health, so not equipping the belt won't matter here. The question's just, is the belt better than spices? Probably. I'm a Caltrops build, right? So you put on the belt, you say goodbye to spices and Dragon Tooth, unfortunately. And I think on average we would win, but there's a pig here. There's a pig at 7 wins who has died. It's fine. What are the odds you just lose to a higher high roll pig in the late game? That's not just what always happens with pig, right? Only 7,700 health. Billboard, ointment. Oh. Well, that's pretty bad for me. Yeah, I guess I'll just die, unfortunately. 91% crit, huh? Sad times. Ah, man. Just straight up dead to 50% crit chance on the dually. That's all it came down to in the end. That and the crazy enchants, right? Turbo on the plasma grenade, obsidian on the cannonade. Just absolutely monstrously powerful enchants on days like 3 and 6, followed by a 50% crit on a 4,000 damage item to win. And then this guy's just a better build. Like, I'm not going to pretend this guy was RNG. This guy's just a much better build than I am. There was no way I was ever beating this guy. Sad times. It is kind of crazy to see a billboard and an Atlatl both with the same enchant, both at the same tier. I've been scaling the Atlatl all game. This is just what billboard does pretty much as a baseline. Like, it does not take an entire game of scaling to get billboard to 100 value. You just need to scale it a little bit with any sort of scaling. And then, like, you compare them and it's just absolutely massively better. Just baseline effect. They're both going off same speed and it is... Oh man, what a frustrating way for this run to lose to. All of my losses except for the last one, because this sort of build's not supposed to go to day 13 anyway, and that's one of the harshest things you can hit on day 13 to be sure. But all 3 of my first losses were just really unfortunate. Turbo Flashbang Grenade is not inherently a good starting item unless you immediately find a drill, and I found somebody who got Turbo Flashbang Grenade with a drill on day 3. Then like day 5 or 6, we found somebody who just got Obsidian Cannonade randomly from an Ayla or a Pearl, whichever. They're both insane high roll RNG. Then my penultimate day loss, when I could easily have won the run, was to like a Dualtron Dually, which is the only archetype that can one-shot me anyway, that would have lost without a coin flip crit. And maybe I just don't remember the weak pigs that I fought, but I don't remember fighting a pig until day 13, when he had completely turned the corner and become the strongest character in the game, which is pretty frustrating. Definitely not a fun way to fail to hit 10 wins, but it is a nice showcase of the way the early items work from the new pig stuff. Also, certainly not like great RNG on my skills at any point in the run. I got Strong Arm at some point, and I got Deadly Eye, which are like both good enough that I can't complain, but not exceptional. I managed to get lifting up to 40 whole damage by spending the entire game pushing it. Fairly low roll in the skills probably contributed to this, but I think mostly it's just opponent RNG. Alas. I wonder if Ring King Gauntlets being your strongest day 1 item is just enough to make income start correct as well. Oh yeah, remember when I was popping off about really disliking matching into pigs at any point in the game? Yeah, that's still true. Like my heart just sunk when I saw my final opponent was a pig. It was very much a feeling of, oh cool, there's no counterplay to this. His board starts off stronger than mine. And I'm doing the same thing to a much lesser degree with Dragon Tooth. But let's not pretend that anything a Dragon Tooth can do is even remotely close to an Obsidian key loss with whatever was in his inventory the entire run. Before I wrap this up, I will say, very genuinely, I think metascaling as a mechanic for Pig is just horribly broken. It's in the same thing with Mac to a degree. Because when these mechanics exist in other games, these are either single player games where you're being greedy, but it doesn't affect anyone else, and it's just like a different sort of power curve for you to experience, or they're multiplayer games where you directly interact with each other, and the answer when someone in StarCraft 2 says, "What do I do? The Zerg player had 5 bases." You respond, "Why did you let the Zerg player get 5 bases? You should have done something to stop that." But in asynchronous multiplayer, the Zerg player just gets to take 5 bases and you aren't able to interact with it. So when you randomly encounter Zerg players in late game, in this case they're pig players, you're just dead. It's a deeply frustrating mechanic. Anyways, I have no idea how to fix it. I have no interest in rambling about it any further, so I'll wrap it up here. Thank you for your time, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.